I see. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah.
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brett Chapin, and joining us very soon will be Daisy Eagan, Tony Award-winning actress. If you have any questions for our two amazing guests today, Brett Ryback and Daniel Franzese, you can give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. And Brett, let's talk about some of your history, some of the things you've done. You've done some pretty interesting work. You worked on the television show How I Met Your Mother and House.
That's true.
How did you enjoy those?
They were great. I had specifically House was a very interesting time. Robert Sean Leonard, who's one of the actors on the show, I had my scene with him, and I remember when he came into the dressing room trailer, the makeup trailer that morning, and he sits down. We're like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Brad. I'm Robert Sean, and he says, let me guess, you get really, really sick. We can't figure out what's wrong with you. We try a whole bunch of stuff, and then at the end of the episode, we figure it out magically. And I was like, no, actually, I just sell you a mattress. But I was like, wow, you're sort of over it already. But
yeah, I think he has a plot figured out by now.
No. So. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. Both of those projects were great.
I'll bet. And I saw a couple of things on the internet on fan sites with people very interested in the fact that you were in LG-15, The Resistance.
Yeah, that was
kind of a cult movie.
What's that?
Is it kind of a cult classic? I haven't heard of it.
It's no. It was a web series that was a spin-off of Lonely Girl, which was, I don't know if you remember this, but this thing came out that people thought was real. They thought this girl was posting video blog postings of I don't even know what, because I didn't know about it at the time. I just read about it in the paper after the fact that it had been proven that it was a television show, but she was kidnapped. People thought it was a real thing. They got all concerned, and then it turned out to be this show. And then two of the characters from that show, they sort of spun off and added me as a third character into what was LG-15, The Resistance.
So LG-15 is Lonely Girl 15,
which was her screen name.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a crazy way to market that, just kind of do it as a joke.
And my character for the spinoff was a similar type of thing, because they have all these, fans that interact with the show and put their own, postings and blogs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so I was sort of started out as one of those people. They filmed all these, just rants about stuff, and posted them online as a part of the sort of Lonely Girl network, separate from the show. And then at a certain key point, they coincided with my life, as it were. And then I was suddenly on the show, and that was sort of the thing. Is people were like, "Who's this guy Reed? Is he real? Or is he just a fan? His work is really good." Because the editing, was sort of the same quality.
Yeah. Their followers are just crazy for that show. I mean,
and it's great, And I'd never been a part of something that was so supported like that, and that was it was neat. They really enjoy participating.
So what do you think about the new contracts with SAG New Media and things like that, being somebody who's worked on a web series? Do you think that's pretty beneficial for actors right now?
Absolutely. I mean, I see a lot of new material that's even the big networks and stuff that are starting on the web, and I think it's a really great opportunity for people to because there's only so many shows on television that anybody can be a part of, and this way, there's new work that's being done, and in order for that to be of the quality and of the standard that everything else is at, I think that we have to make it standardized and
sure,
come up with agreements on it.
Gotta keep moving forward. As technology progresses, the industry's gotta change too, and
it's just gonna mean more platforms for more people, and I'm all for that.
Sure. I'm really hoping that they're not going to shut that contract down anytime soon, because there's been talk about it, but I hope it keeps going.
I think it will. I think it's inevitable.
Definitely. Yeah, I hope so. And speaking of contracts and acting in theater things, you worked on Little Shop of Horrors at the La Mirada Center for the Performing Arts,
Yeah.
with another former guest of ours, Leslie Margarita.
My love,
Yes.
Leslie Margarita.
We
yeah.
love Leslie.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And Leslie and I have known each other for a while now, and one of the things that we had been doing before this show came about was a show that she does, a nightclub act that she does called All Hail the Queen, and we've been doing that for a couple years. And Brian Kite, who was the director of Little Shop, came to see one of our performances, and I think that's sort of where he got the idea that I was like, hey, wait a minute, there's some chemistry there. And so it was really wonderful for us to be able to do Little Shop together.
Yeah, you guys got some great reviews and great recognition for that.
We have, I adore her, so.
She's the best. She's the best. Actually, I hope that she comes in here to visit us when she gets back to the West Coast.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
You had said that she should get off the boat. She's actually in China right now.
Well, she's not even on the
She's not even
showboat
on
anymore?
the boat anymore. She finished the boat.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was doing
Okay.
showboat, and then she went to Tel Aviv to rehearse Zorro again, and now she's doing it. She opened a company in Shanghai.
She's doing Zorro again?
She's doing Zorro in China.
How funny.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity. You know, she's one of those actresses, and you know, this interview's focused on you. I don't want to talk about Leslie too much, but she's one of those actresses that really is always working on something.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's so important for artists. As long as you're always working on something, you don't have to be winning Oscars every 5 minutes. You know, as long as you keep working, keep progressing, you know, that's what it's all about. And you're a composer as well.
Yes, that is true. I am a composer as well. Yeah, I don't just compose though. I write book music and lyrics on various different projects, and one of my projects last year was Liberty Inn, the musical, which played in North Hollywood and was nominated for a couple of the Ovation Awards for Best Music and Lyrics and Best Book.
That's great.
Yeah, I wrote that with Dakin Matthews, was my collaborator on that.
Anything secret that you want to tell us about that you're working on right now? Anything you are able to share?
Not secret actually. I have a musical called Darling that's going to be put up as a sort of reading workshop at Emerson College in Boston in December, and then again in March, and then another brand new show of mine called The Tavern Keeper's Daughter, that is going to be part of a reading series in Milwaukee, my hometown. It actually is about Milwaukee, so I'm happy about that, at the Milwaukee Chamber Theater in February. So a lot of that stuff is happening for me right now.
That's fantastic.
And I'm finishing that up. That's sort of what I'm in the throes of doing. It's like getting it done so that they have something to read.
That's got to be a crazy process, just the whole development of a new musical and all that. And we'll be able to talk to you, Daniel, about that a little later on, too.
Oh, yes, you will.
Yes. Guys, we're talking to Brett Ryback and Daniel Franzese, two Los Angeles artists. If you have any questions for either one of them, go ahead and give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. For any information on Brett Ryback, you can go to btryback.com or crazytownblog.com. And we'll be back on La La Land on CRN Digital Talk.
On Broadway, looking at them